Welcome into the Cactus Golf Podcast, episode number 23, the Jordan episode. Jordan episode, number 23. Let's go ahead, get right into it. I'm not going to ask how you are because I don't care.
It's right back at you, man. Let's roll.
So we're going to go over a quick segment here about the elevated events and the changes coming in 2024. Of course, the Arnold Palmer review, and then we got the players preview this week. Big week for the players, and then betting corner, of course. So let's go get into it. You know, everybody saw, I think, the new elevated event rules for next year in 2024. So all of them, except the majors, the players, and the FedEx Cup, are going to have reduced fields between 70 and 78 players, and they're removing the 36-hole cut for those. Thoughts?
What do you think about my thoughts?
Yeah.
I mean, where do I start? This looks familiar. Let's start with that.
Is that what they did in high school or something? Or
no, definitely no. It looks familiar, obviously. My mind goes a couple different directions. Let's start with the no cuts anymore. Okay. So now, here's a pro, a positive to this. You can go to an elevated event on Sunday, and you're guaranteed to see your favorite player, your favorite golfer. That's a pro, right? No longer a cut in case he might have got cut from the weekend or whatnot. He didn't make it. That's a pro.
You have something against Saturday or what?
No, I have nothing against Saturday. Saturday's a fun day I'm sure for a lot of tournaments. But here's my next thought. If the PGA, this is going to be, I think 12. There's 12 elevated events, not including, again, like you said, the majors, players, FedEx Cup. So does LIV get a WGR?
I think they might. It still might be in the works. I don't know. I mean, probably not. I mean, like this, the Jay Monahan PGA, whatever head dude. I don't know his official title is like on the board of OWGR, as well as I think all of the major directors, whoever runs the majors, are all on the board. And so I honestly, I think they're just conspiring against LIV, which it's pretty obvious. I think.
One of the two points that they had that's the reason why they shouldn't earn points was because of the cuts. That was number one. And then number two is a 3-day tournament instead of a 4-day tournament. So, okay, one out of the two, now the PGA does. And for like 12 events, that's a considerable amount of events.
Yeah.
That's a considerable amount. We can conspire. We can talk a lot about the OWGR points. My next point real quick, though, is this kind of sucks for like your average Joe golfer. It kind of creates a divide.
Well, that's what they were talking about because they had a meeting, a players-only meeting this week at the players today, and Rory was a no-show. But I don't think it was a common thing. I saw a screenshot of somebody, like one of the golfers, texted somebody and said, "Are you going to this?" And he's like, "No, it's too early because it's 7:30 in the morning."
No.
So I guess it's too early for some pro golfers to get up. I guess.
I wish I could tell my boss, like, "You going to this meeting?" No, I'm not thinking that.
I saw maybe that was something. Maybe it was nothing. I don't know about Rory not going, but he's been kind of outspoken about all this, of course. And I sent you the thing too. Eddie Pepperell. I think I sent you this.
I don't think you did because it doesn't sound familiar at all.
I'm pretty sure I sent it to you. But former PGA golfer and new commentator for like the PGA on I think NBC is it says it'll embolden more PGA golfers to go to LIV because if you're not in that field for 70 to 78, then you're not guaranteed money.
Correct.
And you can just go to LIV and get guaranteed money.
That's what I was saying. I was talking to my dad on the way home today actually. And it kind of sucks because, like, Kurt Kitayama, for example, where was he in the OWGR? That was his first PGA
Well, it's not
win
just
last
straight
week.
78 OWGR. It's top 50, and then it's the next 10 for... I had it up. It's the next 10 for, I think, something... Or it's top 50 FedEx Cup, top 10, the next top 10, whatever, and then there's, like, 10 more spots that can be... You play your way in, basically.
Way into it, yeah. But let's say, just an example, because this is just most recent and we're going to get to it, but Kurt Kitayama, for example, first ever PGA Tour win, elevated event. That kind of sucks, Now I feel like that creates even more of a divide in the PGA. Now that creates even more of, okay, the elevated events, are all the big names are obviously going to be there. All these other little events, who's going anymore? Right? Like, talk about the Honda Classic the last couple weeks ago. It was a no-name fest. So that it creates... So now these guys who were going to be trying to play in the elevated events can no longer play there. So they're going to play all these other no-name events, and it just...
And you just got to play your way in, and then also I think the other thing...
Don't get me wrong, I'm not for participation trophies. Don't get me wrong, I'm not going down that route.
That's what the first 2 days are for, though.
No, exactly.
The first 2 days are for
I'm not going down that route here. I'm just saying it just creates even more of a divide. Like, what's the point of even going to like a non-elevated event then? Your favorite golfer more than likely probably isn't going to be there.
Well, their favorite golfer isn't, but like the players that need to earn their way in obviously are going to go. So, yeah. But that's it. But yeah, I think the other thing that Eddie Pepperell mentioned in this thing was that he mentioned his time on tour and how he like had missed a cut for a certain event. I think it was a bigger event. I don't know if it was a major. I think it was a major. And he, obviously you don't earn any money. Talked about that and how it kind of just like as a wake up call, and like you have to like learn those moments on tour, like what it takes, right? And like to like have to be able to come back from that, and like just what it takes on the with a mental standpoint you have to have on while you're playing on Thursday, Friday, what it takes, mental capacity.
Someone
and like
talked about that on Full Swing actually. One of the episodes they were saying that they keep playing, they keep missing cuts, and like it's expensive to keep going every single weekend to play again.
Right. So he's saying how that like it matured him basically as a pro. And then he ended up winning, or was not winning. I think he was top 5 in like the next 2 majors or something like that. And so it helped him. Missing those cuts helped him in his time as a pro ultimately. So now you don't have that opportunity. Even if you miss a cut, it's bad, but you're getting experience, like learning. Okay, well, I need to turn it up a notch on Thursday, Friday, take it a little more seriously, or change my routine or something like that. And he said it just matured as a pro. Now they don't have as many opportunities for that.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm not surprised the PGA made this move.
I'm surprised.
They've been making so many.
I am surprised by Rory. He admitted. Did you see the quote today? He basically said, he verbatim said, I have the screenshot, but basically he said, yeah, LIV's been great for all pro golfers. Mm-hmm. Which that's what he said. He said, I have the screenshot here somewhere, but he said verbatim in the press conference, he said, I'm not going to sit here and lie. I think the emergence of LIV has benefited everyone that plays elite professional golf. I'm surprised that he said that. I think I said on this podcast that nobody would ever admit that it was good for golf. Yeah. Even though it was good for PGA at least.
Yeah, for sure. And I think it's good for golf as fans too. Like some drama like this, it makes it more exciting.
And I mean, if you're on the PGA Tour and you're not saying it aloud, we all know you're thinking that. Like, you're getting all this much more money that it would not have come without LIV. And he's mentioned it on Full Swing, how, maybe these changes were coming, players were trying to get things done, but nothing ever happened.
It expedited very quickly.
Oh, my gosh. It sped it up probably 10 years.
100%. Yeah, I mean, and they make such a big point now to compare the purse sizes that these golfers are winning versus previous years. Yeah. Like, for example, Kurt Kitayama won, and again, this is many, many, many years ago, but he won $3.4 million this past weekend. 3.6, whatever it was, which was all of Arnold Palmer's career earnings.
Yeah, that's stupid.
So one weekend, and again, that's many decades of a time difference.
Yeah, obviously not inflation adjusted.
Of course, but like, it just goes to show that
that's crazy.
It's a big difference right now, and
I think he either doubled his career earnings as well, or nearly doubled it from that one. Week too.
I bet he did. First ever career win. It was impressive.
But I was surprised by some of the sound bites and quotes from the PGA players, and I'm sure we'll get more stories of what came out at that players only meeting as well as the days go by over the weekend with the players tournament. So we'll get more insight into that. So that'll be interesting. But it's I guess I'm kind of indifferent as a fan. I think, because I'm not going to go to a random tournament anyway. Mm-hmm. I'm going to go to an elevated event. We have the waste management here, of course, and
if they make it one next year.
Well, yeah, I'm going to go to that one. That one's going to be good anyway.
Regardless, it's a good.
I'm going to go to that one because it's going to be good anyway.
It's also like 20 minutes down the street, so that kind of helps.
Right. So, but I don't think that one at least. I don't think is going to lose too many pros or top players at least. Some of the smaller ones like the Honda Classic, that's right. Well, I guess it's might not guarantee to be right after.
It just depends on how the schedule lays. Yeah. If there's an elevated event the week after or the week before, they might not go. Right. So it just depends on how I'm curious to see how the schedule lays out. I think they said they're supposed to come out with a schedule in the next few weeks too. So we'll see. Because I mean, like I said, we talked about this before many times, and I think on the podcast too. You have seen as time went on, those big names stop playing the waste management.
A little bit. I mean, like I said, there were still good fields. I mean, there's still like 5 of the top 10 players. The year before was
don't get me wrong. It's not no Honda Classic where it's a bunch of no names. It's at least somewhat decent, but nowhere near obviously what it would ever be as of this.
But I mean, also not just Waste Management, but other elevated events like the Arnold Palmer still wasn't as good as it was this year. I mean, none of them are, except majors.
Of course.
So it's all perspective.
Yeah.
But let's go ahead and get in.
Before we go into that, did you see? I don't. We didn't talk about this. Talking about it, but that Full Swing will have a season 2.
Yeah, I did see that. Yeah.
So that's exciting.
I thought I saw they were recording it, but maybe it wasn't guaranteed to be like renewed, I guess. But I thought I saw they were still recording. I mean, they had to be recording already, right?
Yeah, they're in production right now.
Yeah, so I guess it wasn't like guaranteed to be renewed, but they were recording just in case, maybe. I don't know. But, so that'll be interesting. I just made a TikTok about it, actually. So
check it out.
Let's go into get into the Arnold Palmer review here. We had another big name win. Just kidding. They were all fighting, but they didn't win.
But at one point we had eight players in contention for the win.
I think I saw at one point. I had notes here. I think on the back 9 at one point there were 13 golfers within 2 strokes. Okay. Within 2 strokes, I think, on the back 9 on Sunday, which is outrageous.
It's exciting.
But Kurt Kitayama pulls it out. We had just obviously a stacked leaderboard at the top, and it was Kitayama and Hovland in the final grouping. Hovland's a pretty well-known name, but they were kind of had a smaller crowd following him. They kind of referenced that on the coverage there as well. So Kitayama they said that he felt a little more comfortable because there wasn't as big of a crowd following him. They're all kind of following the other big golfers around.
That makes sense. Like last question for you, if you're a fan watching and the final group, the person who's leading right now is a no-name, but you've got a couple groups in front, you've got Rahm, JT, and someone else, and you probably would follow them too, right?
If it's on Sunday, I'm probably at the third to last and second to last group, hovering around there, and I can go peek on that last group if I need to. If you're on the second to last group, you're going to see the first group approach anyway.
Of course, but if there's a decent amount of gap in between, I think most people are going to go watch the big names. So I could see that happening. I'm not really surprised.
I would probably
the crowd wasn't as big.
Maybe earlier in the day, as soon as the last group tees off on Sunday, they're teeing off on 1. I'm not on 1. I'll be on maybe 8, 9, 10. I don't know. It depends on who's golfing around there. It depends what names are around there.
Yeah.
But then as that last group, the last few groups start moving along the front line,
it also depends
I'm gonna be following
who's in contention. Obviously,
I'm gonna be following them. It honestly doesn't even matter who's in contention.
If
because there's guaranteed to be at least one big name up there, almost guaranteed, depending on the event, I guess.
Yeah, it depends.
And that's where all the drama is. Somebody hitting into the water that's fighting for 50th place, I don't care.
Well, no,
but if number 1 hits it in the water, who's leading, that's big no matter who it is. So
sure.
That's what I want to see. So I don't care who's up there. I'm gonna be over there.
We'll see.
But it was an awesome final round. It was crazy back and forth. I think Rory had the lead at one point on the back 9. Or a tie of the lead. I think Harris English was either up there or was tied second, I think, for a minute, and then Hovland went in the water on 17 or 16 and blew his shot. So it was a crazy final round. But we had Kurt Kitayama win, rounding out the top 10. We had Harris English and Rory tied second. Tied fourth, we had Scheffler, Tyrrell Hatton, Jordan Spieth, Patrick Cantlay. Tied 8th, we had Trey Mullinax, Davis Riley, kind of who are those guys. But top 10, then we had some more big names: Hovland, Jason Day, Cam Young, Keegan Bradley.
Yep.
And a couple other notables. We had Matthew Fitzpatrick and Sahith Theegala, 14th. Hideki Matsuyama, Sam Burns, Morikawa all missed the cut. So kind of sad day for them.
Sad day. That was a what do you call it? Your impress and depress. Depressed was the Morikawa one.
Yeah, I have banked on Sam Burns in betting corner, and I thought he was going to come through, and he really did not.
Crap the bed.
He did.
That's all right. A couple different things. That last putt on 18.
Yeah.
I love the fact that he's still going to mark it because you want to end his final putt dropping at the last putt ever of the round, but him marking the ball, just making sure.
Well, he had to get it far away so he didn't hit it in. Yeah. He didn't want to touch it.
It literally was so hanging over the edge. I did not think he was going to get that close in that putt. It's 50-some-foot putt.
Yeah, I think it was 56 feet or so.
It was wild. Did you see the whole? There's a thing that's been going on Instagram. I think Golf Digest talked about it, but he's went through 13 different tour organizations. Kurt Kitayama.
I think I saw. I didn't see the exact number. Yeah,
I was counting it because I was curious to see how many and like what different organizations it was, different tours. But there was, I think it was 3.
He's got to extend the streak. Now he's got to go to Live and add one more.
There you go. They started it from like high school and college, but I just started like different tours, like Canadian Tour, Web.com Tour, Asian Tour, Asian Development Tour, Japan Tour, PGA Tour China, Korean Tour, China Tour, European Tour Q School. Also, I don't even...
DP, I think he was on.
He's on DP, Sunshire Tour. He was on the Corn Ferry, PGA. There's so many different ones. So
I don't think he's that old, even, is he? Like, I don't think he's 30.
No,
I think he's like 26, maybe. So like, that's crazy. He's been on all of those already.
What do you think? Let's take a guess.
Oh, I see it right now.
I did 230. Yeah. I was. I'm surprised that he is that old.
Interesting.
I thought he was a little bit younger, but
I think he's like 26, 27, maybe.
Yeah. I think that's because most of the big names are all young right now.
Well, I assume that's not going to be one of the 2 truths, then.
No, it's not one of them.
You should have known that looking into him already. Come on now.
I'm not looking out for his age. You ready for it? All right. And I'm going to start creating a little tally here, and whether you got it right or wrong. Here's the first one. His first hole-in-one was on a par 4. He studied finance at UNLV. And he drinks a glass of orange juice every night before a round as a superstition.
Every night before a round?
Correct.
Like the night before he goes to bed to play?
That's what that means, yes.
Okay, that's weird.
Yeah.
I didn't know if he like night golf or something like that. I was like, wait, what?
No, yeah. He just goes outside and hits some balls and swigs some orange juice back. Is that what you're thinking?
That's weird.
I'm going to make your
I'm going to say the par 4 is BS. There's no way.
Well, I will add that as your first loss so far because it is true. That was his first ever hole-in-one was on a par 4. The lie was the orange juice. He does not drink orange juice. He eats candy every night before a round. That was interesting.
I mean, I'm sure he's not the only one.
I'm sure he had their superstitions, but...
All these kids are in high school. They're like, man, I'm doing this. Why am I not getting
exactly, right? I try to throw something random in there that would try to mess with you. Because you think the orange juice is
orange juice seems random enough where
yeah.
I was like, that's got to be.
Yeah.
Because there's this one thing. There's like the NFL draft going on right now, and there's this one QB who's notable for putting mayo in his coffee.
What?
Yeah, and it's like, what the heck?
Mayo in your coffee? Does that like mix?
No.
Oh, God.
Or at least it didn't look like it when I saw him doing it.
Is it like a superstition thing, or is it like that he like enjoys this?
I don't know. He played for Kentucky, so I don't know if that says
explains so much. He should not get drafted.
I don't know if he's from there, but
good.
It's like I could see that being one of those things. Orange juice before night. Mayo and coffee. It's along the same lines.
I had a buddy that liked orange juice so much he'd eat it with like pizza. I couldn't.
That's weird.
Yeah, I couldn't do that. That's probably how you think about people with milk. You think the milk thing's pretty weird.
Everyone think that's weird.
I don't think so. I think orange juice is definitely worse than milk. Like, can you imagine someone like getting some steak or some pasta and be like, can I get some orange juice? That is not even close. Milk is definitely more acceptable than orange juice. Wrong.
For dinner,
wrong.
You're eating spaghetti, orange juice, milk.
Okay, orange juice is worse. There's no way you could try. I know you love to argue. Listen, I know you love to argue, but you can.
They're on the same field.
But they're on the same. They're on. Okay, they'd be on the same field. But like, let's say orange juice, or let's say milk's on like the 10-yard line.
Orange juice is on second base. Milk's on first base.
Orange juice is like all the way down at like the opponent's 10.
Orange juice is on second base. Milk's on like first base there.
I don't know, man. I think orange juice is. What's worse than orange juice then?
What's worse than orange juice? That would be like for
a drink.
Yeah, that'd be. I don't know.
Apple juice? Do you throw other juices in there? Do you throw like a chocolate
milk?
milk?
I would think apple juice is a little more normal. Chocolate milk, that's probably worse.
Chocolate milk, you think?
That's like right up there. That's on second base too, I think. They're straddling.
Yeah. Chocolate milk, I don't like chocolate milk, so I couldn't see it anyways. But I don't know. We keep talking about milk now because now it made me think of this. Did you see Colin Morikawa's thing? This whole thing that he does now. He was getting interviewed about LIV, and he was like, he like essentially said like, I'm done with these questions. I have to go put some cereal in my milk. And then Justin Thomas tweeted him back and said, wait a minute, you said what? And then apparently he pours his milk first and puts the cereal in.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, so he's an opposite guy.
That's bad.
So, all right. Players.
The players.
Big week.
Yep.
Big money.
So, TPC Sawgrass. Mm-hmm. Everybody knows the Players Stadium course, Ponte Vedra Beach. It's a par 72, 7,200. I got 75 yards. I also saw 45 yards. I
started going to ESPN after you told me that ESPN.
I said ESPN.
I just referenced that.
But then my betting thing I go to said 7,245, I think. So it's like whatever.
Okay.
Purse $25 million. Previous winner Cam Smith. So there's never in the history of the Players been a back-to-back winner, and we won't have one this year.
No, we will not. They what was the guy? I forget his name now. The head dude at the PGA.
Jay Monahan.
Yes, they were interviewing him. They're like, "Is it awkward that you don't have a previous winner here?"
Of course, he's gonna say no.
He said yes.
Oh, really?
He did. He said yeah. He goes, I'm not gonna. He's like, it is awkward. He'd swear he did say that.
Yeah, because they have like all the like ceremonies and stuff. I feel like and like passing of the trophy and whatnot. So
yeah.
Because I know in full swing they showed Morikawa giving the Open trophy back.
Yep.
So like, does Cam Smith just UPS that thing or what?
He probably UPS's it like Sharpies.
Not fragile at all.
Exactly. Like tries to mess with it. That's hilarious. I wonder what he does. I don't know. That's pretty funny. But you're talking about previous winners too. Like it looks like previous winners, at least going back to Tiger Woods in 2013, everyone's been around the mid-teens. I haven't seen a single one that was more than 20 under for the whole weekend. So. Field's looking pretty strong. 43 of the world top 50.
Yep.
That's a pretty strong odds. Obviously, I think this is the biggest purse we've seen so far this year.
Yeah.
So
they averaged the elevated 20. The first one in Hawaii was 15. The rest were 20.
Waste Management was the first one to go 20, and then the favorite right now, Rory. We was used to seeing Rahm as the favorite.
Well, I saw certain places they were tied.
Were
I
they?
saw one, betting site where they were tied.
I thought, if I remember correctly now, I think Rahm was like third on DraftKings.
Really?
I think it was Rory then Scotty. I could be wrong on that.
I think what I saw was maybe it changed since I looked, but I think Scotty was plus 1,000. I think they were around like 850, 900. I think.
Yeah, I saw.
But yeah, depending on where you look.
Rory at 900, and it changes so.
It changes on certain sites, and then between sites it changes as well. You can find them.
I mean, okay, so Rahm and Scotty are both plus 1,000, but the way it's listed, you got Rory, Scotty, Rahm.
Yeah.
On DraftKings. So, what do you got?
I'm going. We need a drum roll. Shane Lowry is my.
Oh.
Outright.
Okay, I was not expecting you to say that.
A little obscure, not super.
Not bad. I mean, I wasn't expecting, to be honest.
Expect the unexpected, man.
Expect the unexpected.
Nobody expected Kurt Kitayama.
No, they did
Somebody
not.
Did put like a $10 free bet on it and paid, I forget what it was, maybe $5-10 grand. I don't remember what it was. Yeah.
That's nice.
$10 free bet.
That's amazing. I'm going with Justin Thomas this week. He's obviously number 9 in the OWGR right now. He's played this course 8 times. He's made the cut 7 times. He's got 2 top 10s and a win. So he's familiar with it. I think this week he comes out strong. I think he was T20 last week. So I think this is the week he comes in strong. I'm ready for it.
Okay. For betting corner, I was even last week. Because the BS that it is robbery. It is robbing. So the thing is,
listen,
I get what they're.
It's just part of the rules, dude.
I don't know why you're saying that. I'm on your side now.
Now you are, yes.
So I bet top 5, and he was. That's what you're betting on. You're not saying he is one of the 5 golfers at the top of the leaderboard. That's not really the same thing. Because there's more than 5. Like, you're one of 5 at the top. There's only 5 at the top. But you're betting top 5. And that's what he was. He wasn't even that. He was top 4. He was T4. And like that's outrageous.
Because they've got there was how many that tied T4?
I think it was 4 golfers T4. Yeah, it was 4.
Yep, there was 4. So technically, he could have been.
There was 3 golfers that shot better than him.
Yeah.
There were 3 golfers that shot better than him. How in the world is that not top 5? And at the very least, this one at least got my I evened out, right? Like I got out what I put in on the bet. But the one previously at the Genesis, I put in 7 units. I got 2 units back in a bet hit because like 9 golfers tied.
Yeah.
And that is like at the bottom, at the very least, they should give you what you put back in. I think, like, hey, you hit, but like it was kind of circumstantial. You get what you put back, but you won the bet and you get less than what you put in. Oh man.
I know.
Let's join the class action lawsuit against DraftKings.
I guess we're not going to ask DraftKings for an official sponsor or betting corner anymore.
Like, we need the Federal Trade Commission to come down on these people.
I'm sure it says probably somewhere, obviously.
Well, it says dead heat rules.
Okay.
And, like, I guess you know what you're getting into, kind of.
Yeah.
But, like, at the very least, pay it out.
That goes into the whole conversation that we had about how I betted on Barcelona. Was it Barcelona?
That's another weird one.
Yeah. And
like, it tells you before you bet.
Yeah.
But, like NBA, if it goes to overtime, you bet money line, it still works. Mm-hmm. But then you go to extra time for golf, soccer, it doesn't work.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah, it is.
And then playoff holes for golf works.
Yeah.
Like, it's so odd.
It is very odd. But there's no participation trophies. We move on. We file the lawsuit and we see what we get back.
I still did better than you, I think, right?
Yeah, this from last week.
Yeah.
You were even. I didn't have any bets hit, so
let's go.
I'm still winning, so it's okay.
You are.
Not by much, though. It's getting closer. It's actually getting really close. So I'm minus 417. You're minus 471. So if you had dyslexia, you would get those reversed.
If DraftKings wasn't robbery, then I'd be plus 100 this week. But you know what? It's okay. Shane Lowry's going to win, and I'm going to be even. Not quite even. It'll be close.
Did you see, before we get into our bets, that you can, maybe I don't know if you did it, you can bet on someone not making the cut this week?
I didn't look, but I thought that was a thing. Yeah.
It's on there now. So I know we talked about this last week and it wasn't, but for the players, they do have the option to bet against someone.
I think it was a thing for waste management. I think it's just certain events they do that. Yeah.
Probably. How many bets do you have? 5.
Nice.
I've got 5.
I got a handful.
Yes, so do I. Do you want to go first?
Who went first last time?
I don't remember.
I don't know.
You got it.
Oldest goes first. I'll go first.
All right.
So I'm going. I went off.
Ladies first.
I went all top 5s and then a winner last week. I'm gonna back to a triple chance here.
Okay.
I'm going Homa, Max Homa.
Yep.
Jordan Spieth or Tyrrell Hatton. So Hatton was the one that got me even money last week. He was tied 4th, and I had him top 5. So he's the one that did well for me. And I got that one of those 3 to win, plus 800, 17.5 units, 17.5.
Okay.
Trying to make it work.
Interesting. I'll start here. I got a parlay. I got Thigala, top 40, Homa, top 20. It's plus 341, 23 units. I like Sahith, man.
Yeah, he did.
And I think Homa's been on fire lately too.
Yeah, but he likes California better than Florida.
He does like California, but there's some similarities, kind of.
They're both in the U.S. Yeah, they're both on land.
They're both on land. They both border some water. It's kind of the same thing.
So going back to Tyrrell Hatton, apparently I had a hater about my pick. Your uncle is talking some trash about my Tyrrell Hatton pick, and
he was.
Turns out to be a pretty good bet, eh?
Yeah, he
not as good as it could have been, I guess. But
it could have been a lot better. Yeah,
could have been worse though.
He called me and he said when I was listening, I was like immediately hurt, and I was like, "Oh, absolutely not!" And then he said that he turned it on Sunday. He was like, "Well, son of a," he was like, he was surprised. So I guess he's gotta listen. So Mike, if you're listening, you gotta follow the bets, man.
Just follow the bets, and you'll be minus 500 too. So.
Yeah, exactly. You can be like us, down money.
So my next one here, I'm going back to I've bet this guy a couple times. Sungjae Im. Going back to the well here. He was okay, I think, last week. I forget his finish last week, but I'm going back to the well there. Sungjae Im, top 5.
He was T21 last week.
21, so okay. That's plus 650. I'm going 20 units there. Im, top 5. One of the best ball strikers on tour still. I think he gets back at it, and let's win some money.
I'm going for a man that was in contention last week and then lost it. Jordan Spieth.
He was right up there.
Top 10, plus 360, 22.36541 unit. No, 22 units. I'm kidding, no decimal. He was up there, man. I think he's ready. Did you see the interview with him this week?
I don't think so.
He said he made some stupid remark. He's like, some days, he said, I feel like I shouldn't have any kids, and I feel like I'm 20 years old. And some days I feel like I should have grandkids, and I feel really old. I have no idea. So whatever that means, I translated that into a top 10 finish.
Interesting.
Yes, that's kind of
how makes me want to bet him not to make the cut.
I'm feeling good on him, man.
I have a hard time betting Spieth because I feel like he'll have one or two good days and then just like crash, and it's like, what happened?
I don't know.
And he just looks so uncomfortable sometimes.
And I'm curious, actually. Now I can pull up. I should have done this before, but you can pull up, like I said, how they finished on certain courses. Mm-hmm. And I'm obviously he's played TPC Sawgrass many times. So let's see. How many times do you think he's played TPC Sawgrass?
8.
I think also similar with Jordan Justin Thomas.
Is that how many he played?
That's how many he played, yeah. He's played 9 times.
Oh, yeah, he's played turn pro, I think, 1 year before JT, so that makes sense.
Wow, this is actually really sad. He's only made the cut 3 times he's played here. So take that bet with a grain of salt. When I looked at it, he has 1 top 10 finish, though. I'm seeing it this week. I don't need him to win. Top 10.
Top 10. Okay, so I'm going back to the Wonder Boy. He's got off hot this year. Tom Kim, baby.
I'm thinking Wonder Bread. Who you're calling
Wonder Bread?
Loaf of bread?
Hoagie?
Yeah, that's what I thought you were going with that. You said, well, I don't know, Wonder. Maybe think of the brand.
Edit that one out as well.
No, he ain't editing anything out.
Tom Kim, top 10. I think he shines in big moments, like we said earlier.
It's been a President's Cup. We talked about him.
It's been a minute, but I said in a predictions episode, I think that he was going to have a big year. I think again he kind of had his coming out party again, but I think he's really going to kind of cement what's going to be a pretty good year this year. Top 10. Not saying he's going to win, but I think he has a good solid finish this week. Top 10. That's 35 units.
This is his first time playing TPC Sawgrass too. So,
beginner's luck.
All right. I've got Victor Hovland next. Top 10. The odds are plus 280, 27 units. The good old Norwegian.
I almost bet him again this week, but just did not pull the trigger.
He finished.
He was like
right
8, 14?
T10.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
in between.
He's ready.
Yeah. He would have cashed for me if he didn't put that ball in the water on 16. Gosh darn it.
Yeah.
But so my next one here, fourth one, Corey Connors. He did decent last week. I think he was top 20, 30, I think, again last week. Top 10. I think he was top 5 to finish Friday or Saturday, I think. He was up there and fell off a little bit. Corey Connors, though, another good ball striker. They're good with the irons there. I think it's going to be important this week. So top 10, plus 500, 20 units there. We're going international. We got Ian, Kim, Connors. Let's go.
Good for you.
Got Hatton, English,
Good for you.
Yeah.
I've got I'm debating on which pick I should talk about next because one of them's a little weird. I'll do my triple chance next. I've got Rahm, Scotty, Thomas. Triple chance, 27 units. Odds are plus 275.
27 units.
Yep, making my money back.
That what is it? Yeah, just gets you even.
Just makes me even.
Yeah.
Just makes me even.
All right. Well, I got my next one here. We're keeping the international train going. Shane Lowry again.
Good for you, man.
Going outright.
Good for you.
Going outright. Shane Lowry. That's plus 5,500. You got the DK boost. Add a little boost on there. We're not going to count that for our counter here, but get a little sprinkle on there as well. Yeah. 7.5 units. That's where that half unit kind of came into play. 7.5 units on that one. It's big odds, so a little less bet. So
gotcha. talk about big odds and a little less bet. Obviously, I don't think you've been keeping track here, but right now I've bet at 99 units so far, and I have one left. So I'm going a very interesting one here. Never before done on betting corner.
Streaker on 10.
No.
Dang.
No. I'm going a triple parlay here. 3 legs.
Can I short this already? Can I short this bet?
You might want to. I had 1 unit, and I had to have my money back with the 1 unit. So it's pretty interesting. I've got, I'll start backwards. Thigala, top 20. Homa, top 10. Good old shaky hands, Zalatoris, top 5.
Zalatoris.
Odds are plus 9,000. 1 unit.
That's money back, it sounds like.
That's not bad. It's not bad. I mean, they're not bad names. I got Thigala in there somewhere already, so Homa.
So you got Thigala, yeah, and 2, is it both parlays?
Both parlays.
I don't like that.
I know, but I'm confident.
I don't hate the triple parlay, the 3-leg parlay, but I wouldn't, as a broker, I wouldn't allow you to manage your money like that.
Well, here's the thing. I had 1 unit left, and this was the only parlay I can come up that I somewhat liked, where I can get money back still and make the odds somewhat entertaining.
But as your competitor in this event, I applaud it. So, great bet.
Thank you. I'm excited to go to be positive.
So I need to make up 60 units to be back in the lead.
Yeah, give or take.
Give or take 60 or so.
60.
All right. Well, I've hit 3 weeks in a row, but I haven't been positive all 3 weeks at least because I hit my bet, lost money still. Screw you, DK.
Yeah.
Hit on my which one did I hit 2 weeks ago? Man, let me scroll up.
2 weeks ago, that was episode 21. That was the
22.
Honda Classic. Well, 2 weeks ago. Oh, yeah. 22. Last week? That was the Arnold Palmer then.
Oh, wait. No, okay. Yeah, 21. You're right. That would have been...
Honda Classic.
Kirk. Yeah, I had Kirk as my triple chance. And, Chris Kirk.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, so I had Kirk, I had JT, and Homa parlay hit. Didn't win money, apparently. Chris Kirk win, and then Hatton win. So 3 weeks in a row. Let's go. Keep the train rolling.
2 out of those 3 weeks you've hit but didn't make money?
Right. But I didn't lose money 1 week at least.
I'm not sure. That's like a win with like an asterisk, man. That's not really.
Well, talk to DK about that. All right. The bet hit.
It sounds like you want to talk to them.
The bet hit.
The bet hit, but the units.
I got to end this
podcast
before I keep talking.
The units stayed the same, man.
Your units didn't. They went down.
They definitely went down, but at least they're still better than yours
for now. Stay tuned. Just kidding. No interview this week.
No, we've got some big ones coming up next week. I'm very excited. Next 2 weeks.
Next 2 weeks, we got some lined up.
Already lined up.
Stick around next week.
Oh, and on Monday, on March...
Really sloppy outro here. No,
hang on, man. March 13th, 7 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. Go to our Instagram story. We've got Battle of the Brands going on right now.
Yep.
So we started with 16 brands. We're down to 8, and it's going to be going on for the next 3 weeks. My math adds up.
Oh, there. And one more thing. 1 month till Masters. Mic drop.
Bam. See you next week.